Hello, aspirants. Welcome back. It's 8th August 2026 current affairs. Let's give our time for those important current affairs which are in news, which are going to be asked in your future examinations. AIM 260 JATM missile, which is in news. So, what does this AIM 260 as well as JATM missile means? So, AIM means Air Interceptor Missile. Air interceptor missile. Have you heard about that? Air air interceptor missile. So earlier it has an earlier version of 120, but now the version has been updated to 260. So this JATM, which means Joint Advanced Tactical Missile. So Joint Advanced Tactical Missile. So which country developed this is that American country. So America has developed this in America. A private company called Lockheed Martin company developed this AIR JATM missile. AIR JATM missile. So why it is in news is that Australia is said to be the first international buyer of AIM 260. Australia is the first international buyer of 260 AIM 260. Australia is the first international buyer of AIR 260. It is the next generation beyond visual range air to air missile. So how does it work is that there are, for suppose you assume there are two different pilots in two different aircrafts and they wanted to communicate, they can't see each other, so which means beyond visual range. Beyond visual range, they can't see each other, but they communicate with each other by sensors. Okay, so by sensors they coordinate with each other, and various other means they coordinate each other. So this is known as AIR 260 JATM missile. This is a technology used in AIR JATM missile. So it has a range of nearly 200 plus kilometers. 200 plus kilometers. It keeps speed likely above Mach 4. So above Mach 4, the speed is going to be okay, clear. So this is all about AIR 260 JITM missile developed by US company. So with respect to India, so we also have beyond visual range system, so which belong to Astra family. So with respect to India, what I am talking is with respect to India, Astra family. Okay, so example Astra MK3. So which is on similar lines of AIM 260 JATM missile. Clear? Is it okay? Next, moving forward. So here, with respect to this, there can be a question in the examination. So JATM missile, which is in use, is developed by which of the following countries, and recently, which of the following country is said to be the first international buyer of AIM 260. Okay, so they can ask this question in your examination, which is US as well as Australia. The answer is going to be US and Australia. So moving forward, we have Everest engine. So Everest engine is in use, which is nothing but simply it is a rocket engine. Simply it is, for our understanding, rocket engine. Earlier, only these developments, rocket engine, rocket, whatever, space technology was completely in the hands of ISRO. But with our new science policy, new science policy, private players we have opened the doors for various private players, whereby various innovations have been happening in our country every day. Okay, so this is one such innovation, Everest engine. It is India's first privately developed high thrust full flow staged combustion engine. Full flow staged combustion engine. It is India's first privately developed high thrust full flow staged combustion engine. So it is built by Astro based Space Technology Bangalore. So this can be simple question. Everest engine is built by which of the following space technology? Astro based Space Technology from Bangalore, and it nearly produces 8,000 kilonewtons. 8,000 kilonewtons. So kilonewton, which means the force, unit of force, it is a unit of force equal to 1,000 newtons. 1,000 newtons. So here basically the amount of thrust needed to lift up the rocket. Okay, are you able to understand? For suppose you imagine this as a rocket. So when we have to launch it into the space, then we need to create a thrust over here. This thrust would lift up the rocket up. So the amount of energy required to lift up this rocket is known as thrust. So this nearly produces 800 kilonewtons thrust using oxygen and methane. So which is called as methalox. Methalox. Methalox is the fluid which is used in Everest engine. Okay, here the uniqueness of this Everest engine is that it is designed for reusable high cadence and medium lift launch vehicle. It is designed for reusable, so which means again it can be used, which is sustainable in nature, high cadence and medium lift launch vehicle. Okay, so this is all about Everest engine. The questions can be framed in this area. Liquid fuel methalox consists of which of the following chemicals? Liquid oxygen and hydrogen, liquid oxygen and carbon dioxide, liquid oxygen and methane, liquid oxygen and methanol. So comment in the comment section which liquid are used in methalox, which chemical composition is in methalox. Okay, this is the first private developed high thrust full flow stage combustion engine. Okay, so moving forward, we have another important topic, which is that World Tribal Day 2026. So imagine our great grandfathers, everybody was a tribal one day. Everybody was tribal one day. So clear. So in the year 1982, the government, United Nations Working Group has formed a working group on indigenous population meeting. So it marks actually to remember 1982 United Nations first working group on indigenous populations meetings. Okay, so that again in the year 1994, to remember this working group which was formed earlier, August 9th was designated as United Nations World Tribal Day. United Nations World Tribal Day. By the resolution of, so under what resolution they said they remembered, the world is remembering August 9th as World Tribal Day. So resolution 49 by 214. 49 by 214. So where August 9th is celebrated as World Tribal Day. So for us, the important thing is the theme. It is honoring indigenous midwives, safeguarding life and well-being. Honoring indigenous midwives, safeguarding life and well-being. It is honoring indigenous wives, safeguarding life and well-being. So here, let us know indigenous people are just 2% of the world population now. So they actually preserve lot of knowledge. They have lot of knowledge. They spend so many years to gather the knowledge. Clear? So to understand them, to make better policies for them, to preserve their knowledge is essential part of our society. Okay, to do all this, we are remembering August 9th as World Tribal Day. So here indigenous people are just 2% of world population, but nearly 15% of the world poorest are from the indigenous people. So in several books it states 18 percentage, sometimes it is 15 percentage. So around 15 to 18%, approximately around 15 to 18 percentage poorest population. It is all about World Tribal Day. For us, the important thing here is that the theme of 2026, under what resolution the day has been celebrated, and why this day is celebrated, because it marks the first UN working group on indigenous population meeting. Okay, so this is the World Tribal Day 2026. Clear? So moving forward, we have another topic called slender build vulture. So slender build vulture. So vulture remembers us of several stories which happened in 1990s to 2000. So during 1990s to 2000, so several farmers were using diclofenac. Diclofenac is nothing but a painkiller. In simple terms, it is a painkiller. So this painkiller was given for several animals. Several animals for their knee pains, for their body pains. If an animal is suffering with any pain, then it is given with diclofenac. So eventually, after the death of animal, vultures used to feed on it. Vultures used to feed on it. So they are the scavengers of the nature. Yes. So after they feed on it, the diclofenac drug, which has been injected into the animal, goes into the stomach of vulture. So eventually it led to kidney failure of vulture and several deaths of vulture were reported. Several deaths of vultures were reported, which actually put the vulture species under critically endangered status. Okay, so for which the vultures have become endangered. Clear? So here this is the context, or this is a story of vulture, the man as well as animal conflict with respect to science. So one single medicine have capability to erase the population of one animal species, one bird species. How painful it is. Okay, so this slender billed vulture is in news because so five captive breed vultures, which means which are under captive under the government, has been released into the wild by Bombay Natural History Society into Assam. So into Assam, BNHS has released five captive breed vultures. Okay, so this is the old world vulture found across the Gangetic Plain, Assam and Himachal. So here the species would find its nature to explore and again to produce their next generations. So here the story I have explained you already. Population mainly crashed because of diclofenac poisoning via carrion. So this is what has happened way back, and now we are trying to actually increase the number of vulture. So for us the important thing is IUCN status, International Union for Conservation of Nature, has stated slender-billed vulture has critically endangered, and under Wildlife Protection Act Schedule 1, under Wildlife Protection Act Schedule 1. So critically endangered as well as Schedule 1. So how we are protecting is it is under Schedule 1. So I will take a small session on IUCN as well as Wildlife Protection Act, how the animals are categorized based on the level of threat they are facing and based on the number of species yet existing on the planet. Okay, so this is all about slender billed vulture. Slender billed vulture. So moving forward, we have another important update with respect to international current affairs. a facility for anti-proton and ion research. Facility for anti-proton and ion research. So for us, how it is important is that its nodal agency is located at Bose Institute, Kolkata. So if there is any nodal agency with respect to any international international research centers in our country, then automatically it becomes the important aspect for our examination. Okay, so here what just happened was that it gets facility for anti-proton and ion research. It got first unit of key beam catcher equipment reaches the fair site. Okay, so fair is nothing but facility for anti-proton and ion research. It is located at Germany. So major particle accelerator is being at Darmstadt, Germany. So India is also a founding member of this project in the year from the year 2010. So here it is jointly funded by 50-50 DST, Department of Science and Technology, and Department of Atomic Energy. So these two agencies are funding 50-50, 50%, 50 is to 50 for facility for anti-proton and ion research. Facility for anti-proton as well as ion research. Okay, so India is joined as a founding member in 2010. Clear? So its nodal agency in India is located at Bose Institute, Kolkata. So here they can ask you a question that the nodal agency for facility for anti-proton and ion research is located at. So they can ask you CSIR, they can ask you Indian Council of Agriculture Research, they can ask you ISRO, they can ask you DRDO. So it is Bose Institute, Kolkata, where it is located. So here what they do is that they do research for nuclear physics. Here the research is conducted for nuclear physics, hadron physics, and plasma physics. So in future, we can expect several breakthroughs from this research center. Okay, facility for anti-proton and ion research. Next, moving forward, we have National Gopal Ratna Award. National Gopal Ratna Award by Department of. It is given by Department of Fisheries and Animal Husbandry. Under Rashtriya Gokul Mission. So, in the year 2014, under a flagship program, the government has come up with Rashtriya Gokul Mission. So, primarily, it is to research and develop. It is to research and develop high quality semen for indigenous bovine species. Okay, so under Rashtriya Gokul Mission, the aim of the project is to research and develop high quality semen for indigenous bovine species. So here, under Department of Fisheries and Animal Husbandry, under again Rashtriya Gokul Mission, it is to research and develop in semen. So for initial stages, only gir cow was used. Primarily, it was used for gir cow, and the gir cow success story is like wow, because later the next upcoming census 2019 livestock census so states that there is 70 percentage of increase of gir cows in our country because of Rashtriya Gokul Mission. Because of Rashtriya Gokul Mission. So here this is in news because so government has invited nominations for National Gopal Ratna Award. So this Gopal Ratna Award is given for people those who preserve livestock and dairy sector since 2021. So those who are working with respect to livestock and dairy sector, for those people, so this award is given. So and they are categorized into different categories. So best farmer, best dairy cooperative, best AI technician. So best farmer, best dairy cooperative, best AI technician. So they can say livestock in any format. They can they can be in contact with dairy sector in any format. So if they are in any way associated with the livestock mission or Rashtriya Gokul mission, then they can apply for National Gopal Ratna Award. National Gopal Ratna Award. So we should remember the success story of Gir cow. The success story of Gir cow under Rashtriya Gokul mission, so which has increased 70% up to 70 percentage of up to 70 percentage of Gir cows in our country as per National Livestock Census of 2019. So next, moving forward, we have another important river which is in news. So any river which hits the headlines has to be kept in your brain, has to be feeded in your brain so that you never forget. So why it is in news is that, so Assam is being flooded. Assam, several stories of Assam are in news that Assam is suffering. Assam is drenched in water. Okay, so this Assam government has issued flood advisory for resident near Dhanasri, Golagat, Dhanasri and Dhanasri River. The cities or the villages which are crossing across the Dhanasri River have to be very careful. So these are the guidelines given by Assam government. So here for examination, the most important thing is that, so Dhanasri River, where it is located, so what it forms and all. Okay, it is a transboundary river between Nagaland as well as between Nagaland and Assam. So and Nagaland and Assam, it is a transboundary river. So from where does it come? It comes from Laisang Laisang Peak, Nagaland, Laisang Peak, Nagaland, and it joins Brahmaputra at Dhanasri Mukh. Dhanasri Mukh. So Dhanasri River joins Brahmaputra at Dhanasri Mukh. So it has a total length of 352 kilometers, flows past Intanki National Park. Intanki National Park. So here they can frame questions in the examination asking, so which of the following river flows through Intanki National Park? Intanki National Park, which also forms a transboundary between Nagaland and Assam. Again, the other statement can be it rises at Laisang Peak, Nagaland. Okay, so and it also joins Brahmaputra at Dhanasri Mukh. Identify the river. It is Dhanasiri River. Dhanasiri River. So Dhanasiri River is located at Assam. It forms a transboundary between Nagaland and Assam, and it rises at Laisang Peak, Nagaland. It is approximately 352 kilometers and flows past Intanki National Park. Moving forward, we have Delft Island. Before we understand this, we should know what is a strait. This is a simple geographical term. A strait is a water body. A strait is a water body which separate two major land mass. Two major land mass. Here, our country India, here Sri Lanka is located. So these two major land bodies are separated by a water body. So this is called as strait. Okay, India and Sri Lanka are separated by Palk Strait. Okay, so to the south of Palk Strait, there is Jaffna, and nearby these there are Delft, Delft Islands. There are Delft Island. So here near this Delft Island, so Sri Lankan government has rescued 11 Indian fishermen, 11 Indian fishermen of Delft Island. So this is also called as Nedentuvu. This Delft Island is also known as Nedemtuvu. Okay. It is one of the biggest seven inhabitable islands in the region, which is flat and wind swept. Which is flat and wind swept. So it has a rich historical traditions, like it carries Chola, Dutch, Portuguese, British era heritage. So this is about Delft Island, which is located in between India as well as Sri Lanka, recently where 11 Indian fishermen were rescued. Next, moving forward, we have Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary. Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary. So, where it is located and why it is in the news. So, it is located in Eastern Ghats near Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. In Eastern Ghats near Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. The uniqueness of this Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary is that, okay, it hosts dry evergreen forest, dry evergreen forest, so which is only found in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh in entire India. In entire India, dry evergreen forest is only observed in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. So, and again in Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary. The species which indicates the ecosystem, the healthiness of these Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary is that Indian leopard. Indian leopard. So, what do you mean by indicator species? Which indicates how the ecosystem is functioning, how the wildlife sanctuary is functioning. Okay, so this for Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary, Indian leopard is an indicator species. So here again, Andhra Pradesh, why it is in news? Because AP High Court advances hearing on a bill to protect the sanctuary. So we need to protect the sanctuary. So for that, Andhra Pradesh government has encouraged bill. So to take up the discussion on Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary. For us, the important thing is where it is located. Where it is located, Eastern Ghats near Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. So which type of forest it carries? Dry evergreen forest. And what is the indicator species? It is Indian leopard. So this is about Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary. So we will practice few important questions with reference to AIM 260 JATM. So which means Air Intercept Missile, Joint Advanced Tactical Missile. It is a beyond visual range air-to-air missile developed by Lockheed Martin. Yes, it is primarily optimized for short-range dogfighting engagements. No, it's not like that. It is mid-air-to-air. It is option A. So, with reference to Everest engine, consider it is powered by methalox, liquid oxygen plus liquid methane propellant combination. Yes, we already discussed what is methalox. India is the second country after USA to fly a full flow stage combustion engine. No, so we have already discussed that. Now, France is going to be the country which is going to purchase. Sorry, Australia is the first country which is going to purchase this. Uh, okay, moving forward, here only option one is right. India is not the second country after USA to do this. Okay, here option one is right. Next, moving forward, with reference to slender billed vulture, consider the following statements. It is listed as critically endangered on IUCN Red List. Yes, its population decline is mainly linked to diclofenac poisoning through carrion. Yes, so I told you we clearly discussed how the diclofenac poisoning led to the critical endangered status of vulture species. So, with reference to the facility of antiproton and ion research, consider the following. It is located in Germany and accelerates ion and antiprotons. Yes. Its nodal institute for FAID is Department of Atomic Energy. No, this Department of Atomic Energy funds for 50% of the project, but its nodal agency is located at Kolkata. Is therefore option 1 is right. So next again, coming forward, so we have another important mains question. So with respect to mains question, we need to discuss. Okay, so India's private space sector is beginning to develop critical propulsion technology once limited to a handful of nations. Discuss the significance of indigenous development of high thrust reusable rocket engines for India's space ambitions, suggest measures to strengthen the private space ecosystem. So, for this, the introduction already we discussed in the class. For the body, try to come up with strategic autonomy, then lower launch of the cost. What can this project help you? What can this project help you is being autonomy, and next lower launch cost, next high frequency, higher launch frequency. So try to include these points in your exam, in your answer writing. Okay, next supports heavy payloads. It actually supports heavy payloads, and again innovation, more specifically private innovation. Next, it boosts space economy. Next again, it generates employment. Try to include all these points in your examination. This is all for today. This is all for 8 August 2026. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Keep focusing. Be prepared for your future examinations. Thank you so much. See you in the next